All right, 22.2, and it is a doozy. If you do not have the adequate range of motion, then please tread lightly. We're gonna take you through a quick warm up.
Okay, first things first, we wanna spend some time just loosening up all the structures that are about to get destroyed in 22.2. I want you to think about rolling out the TFL, the hamstrings, and maybe even the low back. Just start generating some blood flow there and let your mind start getting right for what you're about to do. It's gonna be so hard. All right, when we're thinking about the TFL, we actually want to go right in the crease of the hip and then slightly towards the front. So you want to start by facing the floor and then roll open just a little bit. I like to bend the bottom leg so that we create a little bit less tension in the hip. From there, you're just going to roll forward and back, allowing yourself to roll over that small little muscle right at the top of the hip. You can just let the foam roller slide up and down the hamstrings. Make sure you turn your feet out and in to just get all over the back side. Again, we're not trying to fix anything right now. We're just loosening up the structures a bit and increasing some blood flow. Lastly, we're going to hit the lower back. We're just going to slide back, lift your feet up, and from here you can side left and right. We're then going to start opening up the hip by getting into some pigeon movements. I like to make sure that the front knee is at a 90-degree angle in the beginning. It's one of the most intense positions for the pigeon. If you cannot access this without extreme pain, please find a modification. You can do it seated, or you can just do it in a 90-90 position. We're going to start at the top of a push-up. Kick your knee up 90 degrees. And then with the opposite hand, you're going to reach straight in front of you and then release. Remember, we want to do some dynamic stretching since we are about to start our workout. Once you've done a few of those, you can go ahead and pull this heel in, find a more comfortable pigeon position, and now we're going to reach in 3 different directions. We're going to reach straight out in front. Notice that you should have much more range now. You're going to reach across your body, and then you're going to reach across in the other direction. Again, dynamically, reach, release in the 3 directions. Now we're going to start opening up the hamstrings with some nerve flossing. Start with the bent bottom leg, wrap your hands around the back of your knee and provide resistance there. You want to then push the knee into the hands, pump the ankle, and then release. Once you've done a few reps, you can then straighten out the bottom leg and then repeat. This should make the stretch a little bit more intense. All right, the last stretch we're going to do is an up dog into a down dog. Clearly, you're going to be doing several of these during the burpees, so we want to start accessing that position under control. You're going to put your hands right next to your chest, press all the way up, trying to get an arch in the low back, tuck the toes under, and push the hips up towards the ceiling. You can then spend some time stretching there and then come back down. Push all the way up. If you find that this is painful, be very mindful of that when you then go to do your burpees. You might need to push up to your knees and then finish out the burpee.
We're now going to go through 2 rounds of 8 banded hip hinge and 8 banded leg drops.
We're going to do a banded hip hinge to start making your body realize where it needs to be when you're deadlifting. I want you to set up the band against the rig and put it right at your hip crease. You're then going to take a big step out so that it feels like it's pulling you back. From here, feet directly underneath your hips, hands behind your head, and actively pull your elbows back so that your upper back is very engaged, very active. From here, hinge at the hips, and then come up and squeeze, pausing at the top of each rep. We're going to do this 8 times. Now we're going to do banded leg drops. I want you to use this band to help you create tension in your body and to get you to start activating your lats. Pull down with straight arms, constantly staying engaged, both legs up in the air, and then down and up with both legs, not allowing for any movement in the pelvis or any arch in the lower back. Again, for 8 reps. All right, we're gonna finish out with 3 rounds of 10 Russian swings and 5 paused V-ups. Wanna make sure that we're getting into that hinged position on the Russian swings and that we're taking our time on the V-ups so that we have a chance to tell our body that our core needs to engage throughout this workout.
Once you're done with all of that, warm up to a deadlift load that's gonna be about 20 to 30 pounds heavier than what you're gonna use for the WOD. You'll then go through 2 rounds of 3 deadlifts and 3 bar facing burpees. Now when you get to strip the weight off and start 3, 2, 1, go, your body's gonna feel fantastic. Best of luck, and I'll see you on the leaderboard.